A life that became philosophy. Nietzsche did not invent his philosophy in libraries alone. He lived it, suffered it, and broke under it. To understand Nietzsche, you must follow his life chronologically, because every phase of his thinking is tied to a phase of his suffering. 1. Childhood, 1844-1858. Born into death. Nietzsche was born in 1844 in Recken, Germany, into a deeply religious Lutheran family. His father was a pastor, gentle, intelligent, and deeply respected. But when Nietzsche was only 5 years old, his father died after a long brain illness. Soon after, his younger brother died. Nietzsche grew up surrounded almost entirely by women: mother, sister, aunts.
Psychological impact. Early confrontation with death. Loss of a strong male figure. Deep emotional sensitivity. Early seriousness. Introspection. Loneliness. This is where Nietzsche's lifelong obsession with suffering, meaning, strength versus weakness begins. He was called the Little Pastor as a child, deeply moral, obedient, and introverted. 2. Young Genius, 1858 through 1869, discipline, isolation, brilliance. Nietzsche earned a scholarship to Schulpforta, one of Germany's most elite schools. There he mastered Greek and Latin, read classical tragedy, began writing poetry and music, developed extreme self-discipline. But socially, he was isolated, awkward, emotionally intense, often lonely. He admired ancient Greek tragedy, strong, heroic figures, artistic genius. This period shaped his later love for Apollo and Dionysus. Order versus chaos. Art as life justification. 3. University and Schopenhauer, 1864 through 1869, the first father figure. At university, Nietzsche discovered Arthur Schopenhauer. This was explosive. Schopenhauer taught, life is suffering. Desire is pain. The world has no moral order. Nietzsche felt, here is a man who understands suffering. Schopenhauer became a philosophical father replacement. At just 24 years old, Nietzsche became a professor of classical philology at the University of Basel without even completing a PhD. This is extraordinary, but also dangerous. He was too young, too sensitive, too intense. 4. Wagner and the Dream of Meaning, 1869 to 1876. Nietzsche befriended Richard Wagner, the famous composer. For Nietzsche, Wagner was a hero, a father figure, a symbol of German cultural rebirth. Together, they dreamed of reviving Greek tragedy, creating meaning through art, fighting modern emptiness. Nietzsche wrote, "The birth of tragedy, but slowly cracks appeared." Wagner became nationalist, Christian, popular. Nietzsche hated mass culture, hated Christianity, hated sentimentality. This emotional break devastated Nietzsche. He lost his hero, his dream, his sense of belonging. 5. Illness, isolation, wandering, 1876 to 1882, becoming alone. Nietzsche's health collapsed. Migraines, vomiting, blindness, insomnia, nervous breakdowns. He resigned from his professorship at 34. From then on, No home, no job, no stable income, no close friends. He wandered between Switzerland, Italy, France, riding alone, living in cheap rooms, eating poorly. This is where Nietzsche becomes Nietzsche. He turns inward and begins destroying Christianity, traditional morality, truth itself. 6. Lou Salome and Emotional Collapse, 1882. Nietzsche met Lou Andrea Salome, intelligent, independent, brilliant. He fell deeply in love. She rejected him. This was not just romantic rejection, it was existential annihilation. Soon after, Nietzsche wrote, "God is dead," not as celebration, but as diagnosis. Europe had lost its meaning, man was drifting, and Nietzsche felt it personally. 7. Zarathustra and the Pete, 1883 to 1885. In near total isolation, Nietzsche wrote, "Thus spoke Zarathustra." This was not a book, it was a vision. Here appear Übermensch, eternal recurrence, self-overcoming, will to power. He believed this was his greatest work. Almost no one read it. He was poor, ignored, unrecognized. This hurt him deeply, but also hardened him. 8. Final Years of Writing, 1886 to 1888. Fire without breaks. Nietzsche entered a period of frantic productivity. He wrote Beyond Good and Evil, Genealogy of Morals, Twilight of the Idols, The Antichrist, Ecce Homo. His writing became sharp, violent, condensed, explosive. He attacked Christianity, democracy, equality, pity, herd morality. He believed, "I am not a man, I am dynamite." His mind was burning too hot. 9. Collapse, 1889, The End of Thought. In January 1889, in Turin, Nietzsche saw a horse being whipped. He ran to it, hugged it, collapsed. After this, total mental breakdown, delusions, silence. He never wrote again. Diagnosis today is debated. Syphilis, brain tumor, genetic neurological disease. But one thing is clear, his mind broke under its own intensity. 10. Death and Aftermath, 1900. Misused and misunderstood. Nietzsche died in 1900, cared for by his mother and sister. His sister later edited his works dishonestly, aligned him falsely with nationalism, enabled Nazi misuse of his ideas. This betrayed Nietzsche. He hated nationalism, anti-Semitism, mass obedience. The core truth about Nietzsche, Nietzsche was not a nihilist, not a fascist, not a madman shouting randomly. He was a man who loved life intensely, suffered deeply, refused false comfort, tried to create meaning without illusions. He paid the ultimate price. Why Nietzsche still matters, especially for you. Nietzsche speaks to people who feel alienated, reject fake validation, want depth, not noise, want strength without cruelty, want truth without lies. He doesn't offer peace, he offers honesty.